we're live.
Okay.
Yes, yes, sir. Oh, sorry.
Well, good afternoon and welcome back to the 75th Gilley Shield. It's game 20. We're into round 2 and teams are starting to make their moves in the race to the finals. James Harris here and alongside me, Mel McGee for her first call of the 2023 Gilley Shield, coming here from magnificent Gunnerland in the Adelaide Plains. Welcome, Mel.
Thanks, James. Beautiful day for softball. Another beautiful day, should I say.
Absolutely. A little bit of breeze. We are out in Arctic Park, Diamond 2, on the Adelaide Airport land, part of the West Beach Parks precinct. Jade Peterson deals, pitching for South Australia, and hit by pitch, first pitch.
Interesting start.
McKenna Dow leading off for Western Australia with a hit by pitch.
Brings up Sarah Rio.
Yep.
Did I pronounce that correctly?
Yep. Blink and you miss it sometimes.
Yes, it's all happening.
Yeah, Sarah Rio is touted as the next Lee Godfrey. She's captain. She's in the left-handed batter's box. She's at the top of the order. She plays centre field. She's got a rocket arm.
Big shoes to fill there.
Absolutely.
I'm sure she'll do it well, though.
Still involved, Lee. She's here
she?
this week, yeah, helping out with Softball Australia. She runs the PTC over there, Performance Training Program. Neve Adams is going to try and play the lead runner to Harris at 2. Might quickly go around the diamond. Jade Peterson pitching to Belinda White-Pipper-Atkins at first, Jordan Harris at second, Neve Adams at third, Chelsea Robinson at short, Sarah Tonkin left, Steph Trzynski centre field, and Amber Hood out at right. Hayley Benithan is the designated player for Jade Peterson. Lead runner, important.
Great play by Neve there, all over it. Very strong arm over to second base.
And just filling the shoes of Lana Kayser, who is resting today after that play at third last night.
Yeah, she's got a grumpy knee, I hear.
Grumpy knee.
So hopefully
that's physio talk, isn't it?
Yeah, apparently that's what the physio said. She's got a grumpy knee.
All right, Tori Boland has been on fire so far this tournament for the Flames. Fire for the Flames. Oh, well, I was impressed with it.
Sorry, I missed it. I was reading the lineup.
And vice captain of the team. So Sarah Rio on first. They use the signals on the armband. The only team to do it at this championship.
Oh, great pitch.
Change of pace and a pick-off attempt from Belinda White. They're tangled up. As Pippa Atkins, it's a cleat to the shin for her troubles.
And a hole in her sock by the looks of it.
Well, she's okay. She brushes off. Did you see Pippa's game against New South Wales? A couple of hits, a diving catch.
I saw the triple.
Unbelievable.
The triple down the line.
That led off the 7th inning.
Yeah, run fest. Yeah, I caught the highlights of the game. She had a good one.
How good
Well,
has
the
the
entire team
highlights
did.
and the live stream coverage from Space Great Sports for the
Amazing.
75th Gilley Shield.
How lucky are we?
Back to bowl and fouls this off to stay alive. Returning to the Flames lineup after a couple of years. She had a son. She wants to be part of the rebuild. And, well, rebuild it has been. They missed last year's Nationals. They missed 2021. Everyone missed 2021. And just like that, they put 2 wins on the board. And they sit 4th at the moment on the table. Just jammed a little bit. Harris
Oi.
gets a tricky one. She steps on second, but overthrows it to first as Rio slides in to break up the double. So there's 2 out and runner on 2. Let's have a look at the Eastern replay. Yeah, just clipped as she threw it.
Yeah.
Can the coach come out and ask a question about that?
Well, I don't know. Jordan sort of stayed on the base path, so...
Well, it impeded the throw, though.
It
The
did,
out was
though. Yeah,
made. The
true.
out was made. It impeded the throw.
Yeah.
I would have been tempted to go out and ask the question, even
yeah,
if
here we
it
go.
meant
Here's a replay.
sending the
Touch.
runner back.
Yeah.
Justice Perry, first pitch swinging. Neve Adams
Knock it down.
does knock it down, and Pippa, oh gosh. That's what the safety base is for. They don't play with a safety base in the US college system, so...
I think they might be bringing it in.
Yeah.
They've discussed it for a few years now, but they need to bring it in for players like that. But Neve Adams, great play. Knocked it down, stayed calm, fired across to first.
Justice puts the head down to run. We don't have the collision on replay, not from that angle. Let's have a look at this one as Neve Adams throws it over. Pippa Atkins
Holds
makes
on to
the
it.
out. Yeah, she didn't look like she was going to the safety at all, Justice Perry. So surprising that the umpires didn't pull her up to have a word. But 3 outs for WA to end the first inning. Pretty eventful as well.
Yeah.
McKenna Dow hit by pitch. Then Neve Adams got a rocket from Sarah Rio. She played the lead runner over to Harris for the first out. Tori Boland then hit one to Harris at second, who played the lead runner on the fielder's choice 4. And then Justice Perry, a hard hit ball to third base and fired it across to Pippa Atkins for the third out.
Just trying to catch up.
Yeah, that's right. Well, for WA, they also have a designated player. It is Jamie Leroy. It's pretty windy, so you might hear me flipping the page over. And she's playing out at left field. The rest of the defensive lineup, Sarah Rio at centre. And then we go over to Karina Dickey at right field. Did I say that one right? Only because I can't read Eric's writing.
Karina Dickey.
Karina
yes.
Dickey, yeah. It looks like Karim on my scorecard. And then in the infield, Paige Smith, good to see her back on field at first base. Ashlyn Wilson at 2, Tori Boland at 3rd, and McKenna Dow at shortstop. Watch her for a human highlight reel. Justice Perry pitching to Vaz Napier and Avaria, but they call her Vaz.
Vaz, okay. Got it. I'll add that to my long list of notes too. But yeah, caught the WASA game last night.
We saw you out at Centrefield. One of your shock reactions.
Yeah, that catch. Whew, that was I was scared for a minute, but Pippa came up with the goods. It was great.
Yep. The outfield for SA is probably the one question mark that the SA defence probably had coming into this game, but you've got so many players that play a second position of outfielding.
Yeah.
Benithan, Trzynski now. You look at Adkins as well. And even Sarah Tompkins out there in this game, who caught a brilliant game against New South Wales earlier today. Here's Amber Hood leading things off. Playing right field, another one of those players who can play in the outfield. Wouldn't call it her second position, but...
No.
Very versatile players in this SA lineup.
Yeah, you can pretty much stick Amber Hood anywhere and she'll get the job done for you.
It's been quite breezy on Diamond 2 all week so far.
It's a wind tunnel.
We did see Jade Wall hit a home run into the wind on day one. It was actually Queensland's first game.
With the wind? Like
into the wind.
Into the wind, right. Well, it's always into the wind on Diamond 2, isn't it, I guess? But that's no mean feat.
SA hitting lineup, Amber Hood, Sarah Tonkin, Belinda White, Hayley Benithan are your top four. You know, Grauer is one of the bench players. She's had a busy week hitting. Taylor Chillingworth, Georgia Hood, Abby Jorgensen, Lana Kaiser, Sophie Roberts are your bench for SA. Hood will now go to a full count, 3-2 on a change of pace.
Good tough lead off at bat by Amber Hood here.
Last night, 3-0 SA over WA. As we watch the fourth one. And a base on balls for the South Australian leadoff.
Surprise.
My question for you, Mel, is are now WA, who are currently sitting fourth, tied on points with Victoria, just with a superior runs against tally, which is the tiebreaker when you're tied for points at the end of the minor round. Are they sort of playing a little bit with who they put their best team against? Because must-win games would be Queensland, Victoria, ACT from here for them.
For WA?
Yep.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think every game's a must-win at this point. Take your chances against who you get.
Swing, protecting the runner, stealing over to two.
Good
and
running, Amber.
Napier just off target. So the wind does funny things on the throw over from the catcher. So you see a lot more stolen bases on this diamond than you do on diamond one, and it just tails across behind the runner. And Amber Hood slides in safely.
I think, yeah, WA would be backing themselves. Oh, that's a great shot.
Well, hard hit to Boland. It's in play. Gee, it might have come off the wrist or maybe the palm. Let's have a look at the Eastern replay. She pulls it hard down the left field line and beats it out. Amber Hood doesn't move off second. There's another view of it. Hard hit shot, but I think these ones go down as an error to the fielder. We saw one yesterday and then earlier today. Hard hit shots to the third base, even when Neve Adams wore one. Put the body on the line and you get an error.
Yeah, exactly. Especially at the hot corner at third base.
Yeah. Well, we hope that Tori's all right because she's had a terrific tournament so far and we want to see her in action for the rest of the week. Bunt put down from Belinda Wright. Runners at 1 and 2 with none out. Sacrifice.
Oof.
Bunt. A nice play from Ashlyn Wilson over at first, but Hood gets back in time.
Perfect bunt by Bell there.
Her tournament continues. Sacrifice bunt this time. Is there anything she can't do offensively?
No, she can do it all. And at the moment, so can Hayley Benithan. She dropped a bunt earlier today, was it?
Yep.
Squeeze.
Squeeze play.
Yeah, squeeze play,
scoring Pippa Adkins in that 6th inning. We didn't need a 7th.
No, we didn't.
Not the bottom half at least anyway. She's been batting the ball well. Keen eye, so she's earned her spot as the designated player. Another game on at the moment on Diamond 1 is Queensland versus ACT. Queensland off to a fast start. It's 1-0. High for a ball. 2 runners on in scoring position early for the Stars in the bottom of the first. A nice change of pace from Perry. You must get shivers down the spine when you see Perry pitching at West Beach.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard the name dropped a few times and I'm like, she back?
Monica Perry, she won a pitching award for the Stars.
She
Off
did.
the end of the bat, it's going to be tough here. Well, not for Dow, it's not. Just a smooth move and shortstop.
Yeah.
Throws it low to the ground and forces out Hayley Benithan. And Steph Drzezinski will come up to bat. Here's a look at the Eastern replay. Have a good look at that throw. Paige Smith does not have to move. Looked like it could have been a tough one, a slow roller to shortstop. And Amber Hood, nothing she could do over at third. First pitch swinging for Drzezinski. Is it foul?
Yep. Foul. Steph getting after the first pitch. She loves a good first pitch. Jumps all over it.
All right, Sarah Tonkin credited with the hit. A single to third base is official. Let's do our team of scorers. Marcy Drzezinski, one of the pair, colouring in the circles today as Steph Drzezinski fouls this one off.
Just as Perry ahead in the count here. Let's see what she does. Get Steph chasing. Nice.
Pulls the ball to shortstop, and there she is again.
Yeah.
McKenna Dow fires it across for the third out, denying South Australia with 2 early base runners, a sacrifice bunt to advance them, and then back-to-back plays from my pick for shortstop of the tournament. McKenna Dow.
What's the gun doing?
Yeah, very interesting. She is a playing assistant coach for the ACT
Right.
this year, and when I spoke to Sean Carroll prior to the tournament, he said that she'll get rested and they'll keep a close eye on her and make sure that she's involved when they need to be. So strategic game time for the reigning MVP and best batter at the Gilley Shield. And I saw her, I caught up with her just quickly yesterday with Jordan just out at bar 66, and she said that she's being managed all the way through, and by choice she came out to allow young McCready to come in with that 2-run hit yesterday. So not only is she being managed, but strategically bringing in a youngster to bring in 2 runs.
Yeah.
Just take out the best hitter in the country to bring in a kid to do the job for you.
But imagine being McCready and having Claire Warwick say, no, bring her in for a hit. Like, that gives you a lot of confidence as a young player.
Absolutely.
The leader of your team, backing you in to score a couple of runs, and she came up with the goods.
Jade Peterson pitching for the Stars.
Paige Smith leading it off.
Yep, Paige Smith. So she missed day 1. She came in for a pinch hit on the first game of day 2, and I think she may have even played first base yesterday as well. Had a year at college. We had her mum, Glennis, on the call yesterday morning, who said that she said she's done it. She's ticked the box. Now she wants to come home. So here she is playing for the Flames, and she is the future of the WA pitching staff, but hasn't gone to the stripe so far this tournament. Her sister, Sarah Johns, is in the dugout on the bench for the Western Flames. Hail from Mora, a little bit inland from Geraldton in Western Australia, so it's a 2.5, 3 hour drive both ways, each way for training.
It's a massive commitment, isn't it, from our country players?
Yeah, absolutely.
All across Australia.
Yeah, we've got a couple of them here.
Yeah.
Coombe, Mount Gambier, Riverland, Port Pirie. They come from near and far, don't they?
Yep, the whole family's invested. It's great. Nice cut there.
Fouls it off. So did her knee, a slight strain on her left knee at the last training they had before they come to Adelaide.
That's why she missed day one, resting a bit.
Yeah. And then hurt her foot turning first on a blast to left field that was caught right on the fence. Strikeout swinging this time around. You see her definitely favouring that left leg. First out here is Vaz Nipia. Peterson will have a full bag of tricks using every bit of this breeze that she has at her back. I think it might be her son who's the bat boy today.
Perry, is it?
Perry, yep.
Nice change of pace. Great pitch.
Roy Swinburne's the coach over at third base for WA, just giving some advice to his hitter who shortens up the grip and goes down swinging. Just picked up the pace a little bit there on the rise ball from Peterson after a change-up.
Textbook. 2 strikeouts to start the second inning.
Karina Dickey.
Karina Dickey. Karina's first ever nationals. Good for her.
Yeah, there's quite a few rookies. Yeah, quite a few rookies at the Gilley Shield this year, including a player, I'm not sure you heard of it, Gabby Plain.
I did. I heard that interesting comment, or I don't know, statistic, whatever. Could she be Rookie of the Year?
Well, I was thinking that yesterday, well, on the first day that she had it in the bag. On the second day, I figured, has she pitched enough innings to qualify for the award?
Yeah, I don't know what the ruling is on that.
Eligibility, yeah. I'm not sure if you have to play half the team's innings like an MVP or a pitching award. You have to pitch a third of your team's inning, which sometimes rules out your best pitcher in the team because, you know, they get hidden. They might only throw 20 innings and your team plays 70. Yeah. You might have an ERA of 0 with, 50 strikeouts and not be eligible for the award. So, not sure what the criteria is, so we'll keep a keen eye out for that. Strikeout 3 for the inning. And Peterson is on a roll.
On fire.
Well, there is the first strikeout on Paige Smith. This is the third. She watches this one. Chelsea Robinson due up. Every game of the Gilley Shield being live streamed and broadcast thanks to Spacequake Sports and Softball SA. We're in the backfield. This is Diamond 2. A unique style diamond. It's a multi-purpose field, so the infield dirt can be for baseball or softball, so it's a little deeper than what you might see on a regulation softball diamond. We've got semi-permanent home run fences set at 230 feet. Deeper foul areas, longer dugouts and a double back net as well. So very unique diamond that you got on screen right there.
Beautiful diamond though, and also a bit of a dog park. I bring my dog here regularly for a bit of a run. Doesn't Zoe come here too?
No, we're not going to mention that because West Beach Parks might tell us off. But Zoe has done her share of runarounds on the backfield. Got a nice picture of her out here with Maeve on her fish troop out here as well. She's going to be here today.
Is she?
Yeah, keep your eye out.
Kathy bringing her
for Maeve, yep.
Nice.
Well, here we go. Chelsea Robinson. Didn't she have a game against New South Wales earlier today? Poor change up first pitch and reaching for it. Well, strike one. So Perry really mixing it up early in this game against the Stars. Foul ball. The Stars win this morning took them to 5-1, tied on points with New South Wales, but then they just beat ACT off the end of the bat. Fouls to the right side. So New South Wales with that win over ACT now go to 6-1, and they're on 12 points. So the Stars have 3 games today, New South Wales 2, and then tomorrow New South Wales have 3 and the Stars have 2. So they are going toe-to-toe at the moment in an arm wrestle of some sorts, emulating the 2022 Gilley Shield, where New South Wales beat SA in the first game of the tournament. South Australia beat them by 6 in round 2. The results this year: New South Wales won the first game of the tournament. Chelsea Robertson, ground ball, and Perry does well to knock it down and play first. So 1-3 in the book for the first out. Yeah, this time round in 2023, New South Wales won game 1 against the Stars, and then in round 2, it was the Stars in a 7-2, a 5-run win. So very, very similar to last year. We'll see how it plays out. Trading wins at the moment, these two teams.
If they're tied on points, does it go
runs against? And
runs
that's what
against,
gave the Stars the Audrey McLaughlin Cup last year, the team that finishes top after the minor round. Although I note that New South Wales brought it with them this year, so we never actually got to hold on to it.
Right.
Pippa Adkins, game 1 hero, a 6th inning triple to lead things off and give that extra security that the Stars didn't end up needing, but really put the New South Wales team to the sword. This one, another one off the end of the bat that Justice will field. So causing a little bit of trouble.
Mixing up that pace, yeah, nicely.
And we'll bring to the plate Neve Adams. You see she signed for Odessa, where Maddie Scott went.
Yes, I did see that. Had a few signings recently, haven't we?
Yep.
Abby, Taylor, yeah, it's all happening. She's leaving August. Is that the...
Abby
Jorgensen.
Abby Jorgensen signed. Really?
Yeah. Not with Odessa, but yeah, she's signed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm just finding that out.
Oh, are you?
Georgia Ballard signed as well, and
okay.
maybe on a short
I didn't know
term.
that. Oh, thanks for sharing that with me.
Yeah,
oh,
a short-term deal. Yeah, I've only just found out that as well. So,
yeah, right.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
We'll have to do some digging to find out some more. Here's Neve. She resisted the urge to go to where her sister is and went with Odessa, which has produced, helped to produce the athlete that Maddie Scott has become. She came back on fire.
Yeah. Saw a few of the under-23 games, and she was smacking it hard all over the place.
Don't you love it? You say something on these calls and your phone lights up if you get it wrong. Yeah, Georgia Ballard has signed.
Yeah.
And she's going to where Poppy Carmen is at Williston in a Div 2 college, I think. Potentially, yeah. Yeah, Poppy Carmen was another that was a surprise, and when she went over, she got a lot of innings.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, and played a bit of defense as well. Neve Adams puts the ball out to left field, and the catch is taken. So a relatively quick 1-2-3. Justice Perry tying up the Stars, and this is exactly what WA did yesterday. This is actually, WA played the Stars in their last 2 games. Stars have played New South Wales in between, but this is exactly what they did last night, wasn't it? They really held tight on defence against the Stars, and it was only a 3-0 game in the end, so not much between the two teams.
No, the WA defence doing a good job at the moment. Justice coming out of that inning, throwing a few more off-pace pitches, mixing it up. Hopefully Stars go away and make some adjustments, and WA hopefully make some adjustments this inning after 3 strikeouts by Jade last dig. We've got Courtney Keane leading them off.
I've come over from Diamond 1. I must have left all my notes over there because I had where everyone was playing, where everyone sits on the ladder, and the games to go today. So 2 more time slots after this one. 5:30 game SA versus Victoria back here on Diamond 2, and then at 8 o'clock Victoria play their 3rd game of the day against WA. A game that may very well determine 4th place on the ladder. So definitely a game to watch at 8 p.m. tonight.
Nice cut by Keane.
The SA Victoria game, we've got a couple of one-time special guest commentators in Alicia Peters and Jess Golden, who are international or American import players playing in our CMAX Premier League. We'll be on the mic with our man Eric Bolner.
Look forward to listening to that. Done a bit of work with Jess. She's come in and helped us at Seton High School.
Oh, right.
So, yeah. She's a good human, knows her softball, very good player, very quick too.
And if our regular viewers don't know her from Port Adelaide, they may know her from the Stars and Stripes team that took on the SA Stars right before New Year's Eve, and they put a scare into the Stars early, didn't they? They got on top, and Stars had to fight back before a 7th inning win. Strike out, so 4 in a row for Peterson.
Brings up Ashlyn Wilson.
Ashlyn was one of the handful of players that WA have got in the lineup that played in the under-23s in December. First pitch swinging. Harris under it for the 2nd out. It's playing in this breeze, it's tricky, isn't it? Because like it plays in your mind a little bit when you go up to bat that, you know, anything that you don't hit hard and flat, it's just going to hold up in the breeze, and you're almost giving the opposition an out, like it happened in that time. It didn't look like a bad piece off the bat, but held up in the breeze. Got to get it on the ground, but then you don't want to pick out a fielder, and so your mind's playing tricks on you a little bit. And then when you're in defence, you don't want it to blow out of your reach, or
Yeah, I was going to say defensively it's tough too with this wind. Swirls around, get a big gust out of nowhere, and it pulls the ball.
Looks like Pippa Atkins either put a new sock on or they've patched it up with something red. I think it's a new sock.
Nice pitch, Jade.
Another change of pace. So back to the top for WA, and Dow, who was hit by first pitch of the game. Sarah Rio waiting on deck. There is 2 outs. Good pitch, but just missing. So a base on balls, and just so impressed with the way she goes about it. I can't take my eyes off her when she's on the diamond.
She's a player.
Sarah Rio. Who's been in and out of the Aussie squad over the past few years. She played in the Summer Slam that Softball Australia hosted back in 2020. Played for ACT last year in the Gilley Shield. Was a very handy addition to their team.
She's got a bit of spunk to her too. We had a bit of banter with her out at Centrefield last night. She's good value. Good value.
All right.
Yeah. All in good fun. She was great. Took that great catch just behind shortstop with the breeze. That was a tough catch. She landed it nicely.
Another change up from Peterson, really varying the pace, using the wind to her advantage.
Yeah, both pitchers doing that effectively at the moment.
Sarah Rio went intergalactic viral with her proposal to her partner. Made news across the world. Did you see it? She faked an injury
Yeah,
on the softball diamond.
Sophie Hoyle brought that up last night. We were talking about her, and I did see it. I assumed it was American though. I don't think I knew it was Australian. I just, you know, because that's a lot of where that viral softball stuff comes from, and yeah.
I couldn't imagine going onto a diamond if my partner got hurt.
I would punch Marnie if she did that. Faking an injury. Oh.
Would have taken a lot to organise because the umpires would have been involved and the opposition would have known, and base on ball. So consecutive walks from Peterson will bring Tori Boland to the plate. 2 quick outs, a strikeout and a pop-up to second. Dow and Rio both walked, and Boland, vice captain and maybe leading the team with hits for this tournament. She can bunt, she can hit with power.
Coming up with a big opportunity here. See if she can come up clutch.
First pitch swinging, it goes to the centre right gap. Strzezinski dives at the last moment, it spills out of the glove. 2 runs are going to score as Boland turns third and will stand up at 3. Strzezinski made up a lot of ground.
It's a great effort.
2 runs score, WA have the lead. There's Dow turning 2 to score. Rio won't be far behind her. Here's a good look on the Eastern replay. Made a lot of ground, and just as she dove, yeah, she did.
Yeah.
Popped out of the glove. Justice Perry with a runner on third. And those 2 walks are costly. They've both scored with 2 out.
Nice pitch.
You can hear an audible grunt when Perry swings the bat. Puts everything into it.
Yeah, he can. Got after that off-pace pitch.
Fouls that one. Just going back to that play. Beyond reasonable effort is what they say when you're scoring. So Boland credited with a triple. It was a massive effort, yeah.
Yeah, you can't give that an error. Oh, throws her hands at it.
Tricky for Hood. Goes foul. So are they 2 earned runs then, if the 2 walks with 2 outs and then a triple from Boland? Must be. Let's check the play-by-play. Yep, 2 earned runs.
No errors.
And that's come off of 4 strikeouts, a pop-up, and then out of nowhere, 2 walks and a triple. Smashes it to the backhand. Beats the glove of Robinson. A 3rd run scores in a big 3rd inning for WA. Hard hit shot scores Boland. Back-to-back hits for WA. The only 2 they have in the game. Both producing RBIs.
0-2 count as well. That was a great at-bat. She got behind quickly and just fouled it off. Kept looking for her pitch.
Timeout called. It's a courtesy runner for the pitcher. Pitcher's world, isn't it? They got jealous that the catcher's got it. Now they've got one too for a speed up roll as Paige Smith fouls off the first one. Amber Hinchliffe is the courtesy runner for Perry. And I don't really know much about her, but if she's going to be a courtesy runner, you'd say she's got wheels. As the breeze has really picked up, and Belinda White says, not on my diamond. She's thrown out just on an extended lead off at first. Look at the Eastern replay. Strike swinging for Smith. And White says, you're too far off, and the tag from Pippa Adkins. How nice is Pippa Adkins? Just checks on the runner to make sure she's okay because she got knocked down in the tag.
Classic Pippa.
All right, so the out is 2-3 on the third out on the courtesy runner. So Paige Smith will lead off the fourth inning, but they score 3. A walk to Dowell, a walk to Rio, a triple to Boland. That was in the glove of Trzynski as she dove. And then it was Justice Perry on an 0-2 count after fouling off a couple. Drills it past the backhand of Chelsea Robinson at shortstop, and Boland scores. Well, a bit of work for the Stars now in the bottom of the third. It's their 9-hitter Jordan Harris to lead off the third inning. Had a spell against New South Wales. Came on to pinch run and scored.
Did see that.
The man who writes our Saturday advertiser articles previewing the C-Max Premier League, Robert Laidlaw, is on here taking photos, and we'll get a write-up on his Facebook page as well, I reckon. Play ball, all things baseball and softball. It's got a niche market there and does a terrific job. Too modest to respond. Look at him.
He's in the zone.
Baseball SA Hall of Famer, and he's actually a dynamo on the chessboard as well.
Right.
Harris to the plate, a 1-1 count.
Might be 2-1 now.
2-1 count. Yep, 2 balls, 1 strike. There's Perry just stretching out the groins there by the looks of things. It's high, and Harris pops it up a little, and Sarah Rio camps under it to take a catch on the dirt. So Harris nearly gets all of it, but held up in the breeze.
Tough in this wind. Brings up lead-off hitter, Amber Hood. See if she can get this party started for the Stars.
It's an example of what we were talking about earlier with any ball hit in the air. The 2 times the Stars have done it so far in this game, Neve Adams and Jordan Harris have both been fairly regulation catches for the outfield. So maybe something for the Stars to work on. They were pretty good with the short ball last night. They were pretty good with the short ball this morning. And their only 2 base runners to this point have been a walk and an infield single by Sarah Tonkin. So sacrifice bunt worked a treat, and then since then there's been 6 retired. Fouls it off Amber Hood.
Yeah, I think Perry's made a really good adjustment in the last couple of innings. After the Stars threatened in the first, she sort of mixed her pace up a bit, hitting her spots.
It's a small world, isn't it? I'm going to tell you a story about Justice in a second, as Amber Hood patiently watches that one on the outside edge. Justice Perry was committed to Arizona State, as was a player by the name of Johanna Grauer. They were meant to room together before they both changed schools. Ground ball to short.
Nice and low.
Kenna Dow. And she gets the punch out. Another ground out to the shortstop for the second out. Continuing on with my story. Perry then changed schools to Auburn, and Johanna Grau changed schools to go to UCLA, and so they kind of know each other.
Yeah, right.
They were going to be
Interesting
roommates.
Story, yeah.
And it was meant to be for Justice, because that's where she's met her partner in crime, Kenna Dow. They've both come over to play for the Thornley Hawks in the Western Australia League. For this summer, they both have a junior team that they coach in Western Australia as well, and really lifted the standard of the competition over there. Two-way player, Justice Perry, a hitter that can pitch, also plays a bit of first base, and, well, we know what Dow can do. Lead-off, shortstop, extraordinaire. Sarah Tonkin gets a nice piece of the ball. Backing back is Jamie Lee Rowe, who's the flex player in this game. She takes a good catch, and how's the fist pump from Justice Perry? Absolute competitor, they say about Justice Perry. Hates losing. Good catch there on the Eastern replay. Backing back, and the breeze is playing tricks.
Yeah, that flew off Tonk's bat. She's hitting the ball well, Tonks.
Yep.
She did not quite get enough on it to get it over the top there.
Well, the Stars continue with Peterson, and they trail WA 3-0 after 3 innings, which means that they've only got 4 innings to get that lead back, and then maybe even an extra run for the win. So a move's going to have to be made sooner or later. We'll have Belinda White and Hayley Benithan due up, so the tone may very well be set in the next inning, but it's going to require the Stars to hold off a confident WA, who already have a couple of wins under their belt in this tournament, so why not a third?
Yeah, they're looking the good so far. One thing about WA is they're always, whenever they step into the box, they have some good hacks. Like, love watching WA hitters in the box. They get after it, they look like they mean business. And so far today against SA, they're getting the job done.
Smith, which is the first one. And then goes after this one to the backhand side of Robinson, who slips as she throws it, but another collision at first base, but the out is made in time. Smith gets up, so she looks like she's okay, which is good signs. Let's have a look at the Eastern replay. Play from Robinson, but as I said, she just slipped on that back leg as she threw it, and Pippa Atkins did real well to take it.
Yeah, touch the vase. Pippa's getting hammered over there. Her teammates owe her a chocolate bar.
Well, the left side at least, yeah.
Yeah.
Vaz Napier is the hitter. With one out. Played under 23s last month. Earlier in this tournament, had a great piece of the ball. Yeah, of the future for the Flames.
It's cut.
Nice smooth swing, maybe even took a little bit off it. Fouls it off, and Peterson ahead of the count. Half a swing. Peterson has to do the fielding, and Adkins takes another good take up high for the second out.
job by Jade there, bouncing off the plate.
Karina Dickies, the hitter with 2 outs. Strikeout victim the first time. Game on the other diamond, Queensland versus ACT. It's 2-0 in favour of Queensland in the bottom of the third.
Half swing there. Jade Peterson in control so far this inning.
Pop up, so Pippa Atkins in the play again, right on the line. And makes the catch for the third out. So just what the Stars needed to get back into this game. A quick defensive inning. And when we just thought Jade Peterson was starting to get a roll on, she threw 4 strikeouts in a row. WA went on a tear. 2 walks, 2 hits, 3 runs scored in the third. And that's the lead that they have in the game, 3-0. That was the scoreline last night, but it was in favour of the Stars. Well, win for WA will make the ladder interesting because Victoria had a come from behind and potentially an upset win over Queensland earlier today. So they've gone up to 2 wins tied on points with WA. So if they can hold on to this lead, they'll go out to a 2-point lead and they'll eventually play each other again. And if they do end up winning, it'll put New South Wales back clear top on the table.
Yes. Let's see what Belinda White has to say about that.
Sacrifice bun, her first time up. The breeze is not your friend when you're chasing 3.
No.
High for oh, well, that's a called strike. I thought it was high because Belge sort of just backed away as the pitch came across, and just double checking with the umpire as well. So maybe she had the same thought as me. Perhaps asking if that's the top of the zone. Outside edge. Just missing for Perry.
Yeah,
Perry wanted
pitch.
that one.
Yeah.
Umpire just
Maybe
can't keep everyone happy, can they?
No. No.
Good change of pace from Perry.
That is a good pitch.
White, 1 and 2. Fouls it off to stay alive. Looks like Abby Jorgensen with bat in hand, having a couple of warm-up swings behind the South Australian dugout. Lana Kaiser's in full uniform. She was in shorts earlier, that's why that's news.
Okay, right, right.
Icing the sore, or the
grumpy knee.
Grumpy knee. Fouls this one off. Belinda White, just signs of frustration from the SA leader. You look down the list of players on the South Australian bench, and I guess I may be being an alarmist here looking for a change this early in the game, but you've got Hood and Grauer, you know, just sitting there waiting on the bench if they need to come in for a pinch hit. You've got some wheels with Jorgensen and Chillingworth who can do some damage with the bat. Sophie Roberts, who's a noted RBI hitter in the C-Max Premier League. White continues to foul them off. And Perry continues to frustrate the South Australian batters.
Yeah, I'll see if Perry goes to a change of pace here. Bell's just, yeah, got to let the ball travel a little bit more. Just getting out early on it.
You hear some coaches say let the ball travel. That just means let the ball come deeper into the zone, so you can hit the ball out in front.
Yes.
Pop up. Dow calls everyone out, and just rattles around in the glove for a little bit, but she completes the catch. All three players look like that had that covered.
Yeah.
Rio, Wilson, and eventually the player who makes the catch, Kenna Dow. There's a bit of a smile because she knows he nearly bowled. Well, that's an important now. A lead-off out. Fly 6 on the card. Hayley Benithan, who grounded out to Dow, her first plate appearance, as did the on-deck batter Steph Trzynski. And low for a ball. And Dixon gives Benithan a signal. I'd say with no runners on that not much on, but although Benithan has put down a couple of good bunts in this tournament so far, so wouldn't be surprised to see a running bunt, but with a 3-0 count, might put the queue in the rack for a couple. Get a runner on board.
Need to get something started here. Perry comes back in. Nice strike. Let's see what Hayley does now. Hopefully she gets a nice pitch to drive somewhere.
High for a ball, so she will get aboard. That's South Australia's first base runner since Sarah Tonkin back in the first inning. Ten in a row retired. Between base runners for South Australia. So with one out in the bottom of the fourth, South Australia with their first chance. Now, Hayley Benithan's got some wheels. The catcher's got to throw it into the wind. You think we might see a takeoff? Maybe a hit and run?
Yeah, maybe hit and run. Yep, there we go.
Goes to the backhand side of Kenna Dow. Dead ball's called by the first base umpire for Hayley Benithan leaving early, which means Steph Trzynski has to go back. Oh, just missed it on the instant replay. If we can maybe get another look at that. And we reset with no runners on and 2 out now. So just like that, South Australia lose any momentum that they had.
So the count reverts back to 2 balls. Is it 1 ball? What is it?
One ball.
1 ball.
Backhand side, foul ball called.
Way to play it out.
Yeah, Boland, when you see the chalk come up, you want to make sure she fired across to Smith, who had a handy little pickup on a half hopper, and they did play it out, but there's a bit of practice for the corners for WA. Steph Trzynski gets a little bit of a life, a 1-1 count now. Has to duck to avoid. The key to Steph's success last night was tiny teddies. She was telling the grounds crew earlier today.
Whatever works.
12 strikeouts she threw against WA. Gets a great piece of this ball into the breeze. Jamie Lee Rowe backs back to take yet another good catch out there at left field. And Brzezinski robbed a hit, you'd say, because the wind held it up just that little bit. And if you see how close that was to the fence, you may have seen South Australia with the first run, but wasn't to be. Fly 7 in the book, 3rd out.
Excellent outfielding. Beautiful outfielding by Jamie Lee out there. Beautiful hip rotations, went one way, the wind took it the other, rotated back. Read it beautifully.
Well, Justice Perry pitching a beauty at the moment.
Yeah, she gave another fist pump after that catch.
2 walks and 1 hit over 4 innings against the team that was tied for first just 2 hours ago.
Yeah, WA doing an awesome job.
What do you think we'll see from Coach Benedictson? Do you think he'll change it into some small ball? He's got Robinson, Atkins, Adams and Harris due up next inning.
Well, they've got to try something, I think, to get particularly lead off on, get something started, put some pressure on WA.
Just a slight delay. Trzynski's got to come back to the dugout for her glasses.
Get her Specky Oakleys on. Got Courtney Keane leading off here for WA.
Playing DP in this game, batting for the left fielder Jamie Lee Rowe. Goes first pitch. Peterson continues for the Stars. Haven't seen any bullpen action, although Georgia Hood comes out of the dugout similarly to what Abby Jorgensen was doing just earlier, swinging the bat, getting loose. South Australia have one more game to play. It's against Victoria straight after this one.
Great pitch. Mixing it up, trying to get her fishing. Courtney stays off it, well batted. Slaps it to right field. Great piece of the ball. Foul ball.
Opposite field and into this breeze is just really going to push it foul. But anything close to the line is going to be trouble for SA. Keane looks pretty quick and she did well to get her hands to the ball behind in the count 1-2 as well.
It's up in the zone too.
Strikeout looking for the second time for Keane. Oh, I'm glad I put my hoodie on and tracksuit pants on for this game. It's
I told you it was going to be cool.
Whew.
Ashlyn Wilson.
Yeah, 9-hitter. And with only the 1 out, we will get around to the top of the order for WA. Ground ball, Adams on the backhand side, goes foul.
Oi!
Wind causing havoc here. Ashlyn, they call her Ling. Or Lingy. Shows bunt, pulls back on a high pitch.
Got herself back into a hitter's count here. Jade's pegged her back.
Yeah. Well, I always say it on the broadcast, pitchers can always rely on that down and away pitch on the outside edge of the plate very tough to hit.
Yeah, I don't think too many hitters say, oh, I love hitting the low and away pitch. It's my favourite. Certainly was not mine.
Protects. Swing and a miss for out number 2. 2 strikeouts for the inning for Peterson.
Off pace again. Brings up McKenna Dow.
Hit by pitch and a base on balls. Hasn't had to take the bat off the shoulder yet.
But got the rally started when they scored their 3 runs. She's got gamer written all over it, hasn't she?
Yep. Wide open stance, big leg kick, fouls this one off to the left side. That breeze got stronger. Blew over our monitor before. Called strike, so now behind in the count, or even in the count now. 2-2, 2 out, top of the 5th. 3-0 lead for Western Australia. Swing and a miss. Will do it.
Off pace pitch again.
Yep. Peterson is the kryptonite for this super player, Kenna Dow. Swing and a miss on the changeup. Good take from Bell White behind the plate. 3 strikeouts in the inning for Jade. I just looked down. She's done that twice now. Once in the 2nd, now once in the 5th. The bad news for South Australian fans is that in the 3rd, last time Jade did this, with 2 out, gave up 3 runs.
Yeah, just that one inning. See if the Stars can peg him back.
We'll start with Chelsea Robinson, and Justice Perry will continue. I'll look down the line. I cannot see any movement in the WA bullpen. They've got a couple of pitchers on their bench, Willow Swinburne and Alyssa Charter-Smith. Alyssa Charter-Smith threw all 7 last night. Chelsea Robinson, and then Pippa Adkins waiting on deck. Small ball.
There we go.
Well, what is it about Justice that is troubling the Stars? Something different?
Yeah, I think since that first inning, she's brought in her off-pace pitch a lot more, and maybe the Stars are second-guessing themselves a bit.
Well, it's coming off the back of some tremendous defense as well, because as I look down the scorecard, none of the batters have been struck out. So really getting some great support, from the defense. Ground ball to second base, and Ashlyn Wilson makes no mistake over to Paige Smith for the first out. Did you see that throw around? I don't know if the camera caught that throw around. McKenna Dow just rolled the ball down her arm and over her shoulder. One out, here's Pippa Adkins. And early, ahead of the count for Perry. Low for a ball. Just a quick update on the other diamond, thanks to Bar 66 and the Red Star Cafe. It's Queensland 2, ACT 0 in the 5th. Pippa Atkins watches another 2-1 now.
Lana Kayser, swing your bat behind the dugout.
And low for a ball. So Perry wants to know what was wrong with that pitch.
Did well to stay off that. Pippa was a good pitch.
High for a ball. So Pippa Atkins.
Gives the Stars a start here.
Yep, lead off on, very important. No, Robinson was the lead off. There's one out.
One out.
There's a 4-3 for the first out, and so there's a runner aboard with one out to bring up the youngster Neve Adams. Takes off on the pitch. The throw over from Napier not in time. That's what Hayley Benithan was trying to achieve on the hit and run from Trzynski. Called out for leaving early though. Now we've got one ball on Neve Adams with the runner in scoring position.
There we go.
Shot up the middle. Adkins is held up because Rio's going to throw.
Oh.
Wind assisted as Neve Adams tries to take an extra base on that throw. The cutoff was made and they throw her out at 2. There's 2 out with a runner on 3.
Talking about WA's defence earlier, James, that was textbook outfielding, relay in place, hit their cuts.
Is the Eastern replay.
Beautiful.
Paige Smith cuts it off and throws her out at 2. Harris comes to the plate. She popped up to centre field. She got a good piece of it. It held up in the breeze. First pitch swinging is high. She's got to race down the line.
Oh.
Thrown out from Boland at 3. All smiles for WA as they deny South Australia. Pippa Atkins was quick down the line.
Bang, bang play there.
Through 5, and they've shut out the home team, South Australia.
Heading into the top of the 6th. Sarah Rio will lead it off for the Flames. Came around to score her last at bat.
Yep, dangerous part of the order for WA. And we're already in the 6th.
Yeah, it's
We're
flying.
flying through this game that started at 3 p.m. an hour and 12 minutes into the game. Other game moving on quickly as well. Running bunt from Rio, puts it down and beats it out. Jade Peterson has to do the fielding. Let's watch the Eastern replay. Yeah, perhaps caught the third base snapping. No, Neve was down. It went straight back to the pitcher.
Just perfect placement.
Tori Boland now.
Can see why she's the spark plug of this team.
First pitch swinging out to right field. Amber Hood takes a catch and, well, something going the way of SA this time because the runner wasn't able to advance.
hold.
Here's Justice Peters. Holds off on a high pitch. And she'll go ahead of the count 1-0. Rio on first. One out, top 6.
Great comeback pitch by Jade. Justice looks like she means business.
Yeah, wears her heart on her sleeve, doesn't she? And ball to Robinson, who flips it to Harris. She probably could have taken the base herself.
Yeah.
Forcing the error on the South Australian infield. Let's have a look at the Eastern replay. She got close enough, but then flipped it up around head height over the head of the second base player who was on the move. Timeout called from Bennett Dixon just to settle down his team, because WA, who are leading 3-0, have got 2 runners aboard, and we come to the not the designated player, the big hitting Paige Smith. So fielder's choice 6. Might have to wait for the official on that. I don't know how you score it. Royce Swinburne has a chance to talk to his batter, Smith, while Bennett Dixon addresses his team. Although would have been riding high after their win against New South Wales, who were top and undefeated and had no runs scored against them after the end of the first round of play. First pitch swinging ground ball to the third base, Adams, who
takes the out at 1.
Yeah,
nice
she.
Play.
I delayed my call on that because I was trying to find the right words. She took a couple of extra steps, perhaps to get her balance there. Fires it across to Adkins for the out. So 2 out now. Runners at 2 and 3. And Vaz Napier up to bat.
Goes after the first pitch.
Robinson with a catch. So
Chelsea.
after a timeout and a quick chat from Bill Benedictson, 2 pitches, 2 outs for the Stars, and they get out of a little miniature jam in the 6th inning. Well, they've got 6 outs to score 3 runs to at least force another inning.
Starting at the top of their lineup. Yeah, funny game, softball. Can have a game high against New South Wales and the bats are rolling, and then for some reason they dry up a bit. They've got 2 more innings to wake them up.
Jade Peterson has been pretty good. She just the one inning that she had a little bit of trouble where she had 2 out, pitched 2 consecutive walks, gave up a triple to Boland and then a single to Perry. There's only been 3 hits for WA in this game, 2 coming with 2 out after 2 walks.
Be interesting to know the last time Jade threw 2 walks in a row. She's not really known for her.
Not known for
walks.
the base on balls.
Nah. She was around the zone though. It wasn't like she was spraying it around the place. So
hasn't been many hits
calls
in the game at all. Only 2 hits for the Stars as well. 1 from Sarah Tonkin and 1 from Neve Adams. Neve Adams, it came in the last inning after Pippa Atkins had a walk. We will go to the top of the order in the bottom of the 6th. This is Amber Hood for the Stars. Yeah, error to the shortstop was the official. So Justice Perry reached on the fielder's choice and Sarah Rio advanced to second on the error from shortstop Chelsea Robinson. Now that flick that she did was a little wild, wasn't it? As Harris and Robinson both got to second base round about the same time. Maybe Harris was a little ahead of her, but probably could have made the play herself and had a look at a double.
yeah, they were probably both in 2 minds. Chelsea was probably thinking she could play it herself, and then Jordan was there, and then Jordan wasn't sure. Yeah, just one of those
ones,
converging
yeah.
plays. Communication is key.
Hood pulls back on that one, and Perry wants to know what's wrong with it. Gee, she wants it all, doesn't she?
Yeah, it looked like a good pitch, though. Doesn't every pitcher want it all?
Yeah. Yeah, I've known the type. Here's Emma Hood with a 3-0 count. Base on balls on 4 straight pitches, and that is the start that the Stars would have wanted. Lana Kaiser now starting to do a couple of run-throughs as Sophie Roberts and Georgia Hood with bat in hand. Tonkin protects.
Yep. Good running.
Amber Hood runs straight into the fielder who was there to take the ball. She mowed her down, really.
Yeah, she didn't have much of an option. Neither did the second base. Neither of them had an option.
Well, you can't block the bag if you don't have the ball, and the ball was nowhere near it, so obstruction was the call, but I'd say a stolen base credited to Hood as Tonkin swings and misses on that one. Yeah, well, got to get off the line. But looked like Hood was checking in on her anyway. Lots of collisions in this game.
Yeah, there has.
Tonkin goes up with the ball. It's popped up, and McKenna Dow and Jamie Lee Rowe in the end with good communication. Takes a good catch on the extended infield dirt.
On the shoestrings. Yeah, yep.
And Hood could do nothing but watch as it's close by to where she was, so she stays at second. Belinda White now. Stars need to string a couple together here. Shows bunt. It gets by Napier, the catcher. And Hood now to third with one out. Well, no one better, as they say, for the Stars. One ball's the count. Not sure what she was waiting for there, as that one looked pretty good to me. But she wants to get it right here, Belinda White. She wants to get her team back in the game. So seeing a pitch isn't a bad thing, because she popped up to shortstop last time. Pulls this one foul for ball, and she's been sharp at third.
Again, Bell ahead of the ball. She just waits a fraction longer. She's going to drive that ball up the middle. She's seen it well. See if Perry goes off pace.
She does wait just that little bit longer. Drives the ball to left field, and I've got a feeling that Belinda White has had a hit in every game to this point of the tournament, and this one comes when they're down 3-0. Scores Amber Hood an RBI single to the left side. She's catching, so if there is an out, if there's 2 out, there can be a catcher speed up. Sarah Tonkin was the first out.
I think Amber would come back in.
Courtesy runner.
I feel like.
So maybe Bill Benedictson not going to the bench yet, because Bell can move.
She can.
Smart runner as well.
Yeah,
aggressive base runner. She likes to take on the play.
She reads the play well.
Ali Benithan shows bunt, pulls back. Belinda White's on the move. Slides in for a stolen base. So Bill Benedictson, a local, and is reading the conditions, as that's probably the 5th stolen base attempt, 4th successful. The only one that was unsuccessful was when the runner left early. They will play on this diamond in the next time slot, the 5:30 time slot against Victoria. Benithan watches that one low for a ball.
Hayley Benithan's been the RBI queen so far. Stars this tournament. Let's see if she can pick up another one.
She had 5 RBIs in one game against Queensland on this diamond. To shortstop. She fires it across as Belinda White takes off on the throw. Good take from Boland.
Great take.
To stop it going into
Saved
the
a
side
run.
net. Yep, a run save, and Belinda White will come out. Courtesy run will come in. So Benithan does the job, advancing the runner to third. They say a pass ball away from scoring, or perhaps an RBI single would go down well from Steph Trzynski.
RBI double would be even better.
And again, to try to reduce that margin, it's 3-1 at the moment. They've scored 1 in this inning already. Amber Hood crossed the plate off the bat of Belinda White. First pitch swinging for Trzynski, and Dow has made no mistakes in this game yet. Makes no mistake this time round, and WA will deny a second run for SA in the 6th, and we'll go into the 7th. WA leading 3-1. An upset in the making.
Justice Perry did an awesome job there, battling back. Steph getting after the first pitch. McKenna Dow all over it.
Has had 7 plays in this game. We're involved in 7 plays.
That'd be a good adjustment. Stop hitting out to shortstop.
Yep. And left field, because 3 very good catches
Yes.
to Jamie Lee Rowe. Make that 4. 2 off Sarah Tonkin, 1 off Steph Trzynski, and 1 off Neve Adams. A couple of big games in the WA defence, because they've held South Australia to just 1 run in 6 innings after they put 7 on the ladder leader New South Wales earlier today. No one had scored on New South Wales until that point.
So we've got a pinch hitter here. Stacey Sullivan coming in.
Funny old game, softball. You're riding the highs of beating the undefeated New South Wales, who no one had scored against, to now be trailing 3-0 as you start the 7th. Swinburne's in the on-deck circle, so a couple of changes being made. Sullivan's coming in for Dickey, and Swinburne's coming in for Courtney Keane. 3 strikeouts out of 4 plate appearances between those 2 batters, forcing the change from coach Swinburne. Is after it, out of reach for Robinson, so the pinch hitter with a single to lead off the 7th. Well, Taylor Chillingworth's the next batter to be swinging the bat to loosen up in the SA dugout, but we haven't seen any changes yet. The bottom half of this inning will start with Chelsea Robinson, then Pippa Atkins. Is that a re-entry or a second substitution? I think Johns has come in. No, Dickey's re-entered back into the game. Willow Swinburne, the pinch hitter. In for Courtney Keane. Re-entry for Dickey, so she's on first. Handy work from Sullivan, I think. 1 pitch
Yeah.
and a hit.
Yep. Off-pace pitch by Jade there. Continuing to mix it up.
Well, we've seen a number of stolen base attempts from South Australia. You think we might see any from WA? Not on
Not at
Belinda
this
White.
point,
Sam.
Not at this point.
No need to challenge the Olympic arm. when you're up 3-1 in the top of the 7th. Just gets her hands to the ball, and a great attempt from Amber Hood, but it's back-to-back hits for pinch hitting WA.
Sullivan and Swinburne.
And Cheer will be re-entered back into the game. Actually, 23's come in. Yeah, 23's Jamie Lee Rowe. So Courtney Keane was the DP.
Okay.
And so WA will go back to 9 players.
Right, got it.
And Jamie Lee Rowe replacing Swinburne at 1. Sullivan was re-entered, or Dickey was re-entered after Sullivan's pinch hit. And she has moved across to 3rd. So runners at the corners for Ashlyn Wilson, who's the 9 hitter. McKenna Dowell is in the on-deck circle.
WA looking to get some insurance runs here. The top of the 7th would be handy.
Earlier today, the Stars beat New South Wales 7-2. They had 14 hits to 3. And in this game against the WA Flames, the Flames are leading 3-1. WA's had 4 hits to the Stars 3. And those 2 results are just a few hours apart. Bunt is put down. Belinda White throws the runner out. Jordan Harris makes the play, runs the ball over. Belle White did enough to hold Dickey at 3rd. Thought she might have gone to that runner, but there was no cover behind her. So she makes the play just in time. That's the first out. So good bunt attempt. Puts that runner from 1st into scoring position on 2. For McKenna Dowell. The WA coach has not been shy in attempting bunts with runners on 3rd.
I don't reckon you'd bunt, Dowell.
Over to the left side. Good catch taken from Tonkin, the throw to home. Double play to end the inning. A good catch from Sarah Tonkin. She mows down the runner going home, so a crucial double play to NWA's threat. They had 2 pinch hits, 2 pinch hitter hits, sacrifice bunt, and then what may have been a sacrifice fly any other day. Not today, not with the wind blowing the way that it is. The throw still needed to be good from Tonkin.
It's a beautiful throw by Tonks.
All right, so fly 7 for the second out. 7 to 2 for the third out. No runs scored. 3 for WA. SA need 2 runs here in the bottom of the final inning to, well, maybe go to extras, but 3 for a win. What's the play here, Mel? Are you going to go to your bench, or are you going to go with the players who have been in these conditions the whole game? Looks like Taylor Chillingworth's actually going to lead things off and not Chelsea Robinson. Gio Grauer, bat in hand, but no helmet.
Well, Bill Benedictson gets paid the big bucks, so happy for him to make the call, but worked out well for WA just then, bringing in some pinch hitters, so probably not a bad idea to mix things up a bit. Good thing with the Stars is they've got a lot of depth. They can bring in.
Yep.
Got lots of options on the bench. Georgia Hood and Yo Grauer, handy people to have.
He's gone with the kid, Taylor Chillingworth,
Get some wheels on, get the party started. And
to lead the bottom of the 7th. Pippa Atkins is in the on-deck circle, but
Pippa's
Bill's
still
having
in.
a word to him, to her.
we got Yo swinging out there, I think. So, yeah.
I think there might be a situation in that conversation that you just had with Pippa that maybe someone else might bat if something happens to Taylor. Can't tell what he's thinking though at times, Bill Benedictson, but everything he's done so far has worked.
Yep.
Reaching for a high ball, making Tori Boland run in and charge for the ball. Good stretch from
Great take at first base.
Paige Smith for the first out. So Chillingworth retired. 2 out. So Stars down to the last 2 out.
WA defence has been sensational today. Left side of the diamond. Taking every out they get.
Pippa Atkins, Neve Adams in the on-deck circle. Strike called. Justice Perry has pitched a blinder. Ground ball, it comes off the glove of the pitcher. There is McKenna Dow on the spot, backing it up to throw out Atkins.
1-6-3.
Eastern replay. Fast moving, smooth moving, rocket of an arm. Yeah, I was just saying Justice Perry's pitched a beauty. I can only see 3 hits in the SA scorecard. Neve Adams up to bat has one of the 3 hits. Belle White an RBI single. Sarah Tonkin a hard hit shot at the third base player that was credited a single, and yeah, Neve Adams in the 5th. Four walks were pitched as well, and no strikeouts. Adams goes to the backhand of Dow.
Oh, that transition.
And that throw will end the game, and WA's tournament is well and truly alive. Their 3rd win, they go to 6 points and they upset the Stars, who are on a 5-win streak. Let's have a look.
The transition here is so quick. Glove to hand, boom.
Terrific play from Kenna Dow at shortstop. Involved again. Involved in no less than 9 plays. Spearheading the defense, getting behind their pitcher, Justice Perry, who's just thrown a 3-1 win over the SA Stars, the reigning champions, without throwing a strikeout. You flip the page over, you have a look at their offense. They'd only had 3 hits going into the 7th inning, where 2 pinch hitters got collected a hit each. Make it 5 hits for the game for Western Australia. They only had 2 base on balls, both of those runs plated, and they came with 2 outs. Well, WA in an upset here on Diamond 2. Don't go too far away. South Australia will play Victoria. That game will start at 5:30. And if there's still some time over in Diamond 1, you can go over and have a look at that game between Queensland and the ACT. But in an upset, it's WA 3, South Australia 1.